Welcome to the fourth video in the series of how I moved out to the Philippines before retirement age, making money, supporting myself, how I continue to do that, and how I will do that in the future. Now, the last video I talked about how I made money by teaching independently without any school anymore, working for myself, and YouTube had just started generating a little bit of income. Well, at this point, I had moved back to the Philippines, like I said, and the pandemic hit, and that is kind of when I started to make more money. I had much more time just to sit at home and generate videos, and the views started coming in, I guess partly because people had less things to do. They were stuck at home, maybe researching on YouTube. And so it just kind of worked out where I started getting more views and people were watching more. Now, YouTube, again, like I've always said, is not a good source of, you can support yourself on YouTube at some point, but it is not a steady or reliable source. At any time, maybe the next month, your views go way down, you have a string of bad videos, whatever. So you really just can't count on it. You can only count on it as extra income. Now, some big vloggers, they do make really good money, but for me, it is just a bit too risky to completely rely on that. So I was still teaching. I was teaching that independently all the way through the pandemic with my own private students. But at this point, my cousin and I had talked about doing a side business of maybe creating t-shirts, logos, coffee mugs, all kinds of things like that. We were just tossing around the idea. Well, we had a family reunion come up. I think we had well over 100 family members. And so I was given the task of creating like a logo and thing for the family. And I did that, and I did also some Christmas designs because Christmas was also coming up with our family name. And it ended up being overwhelmingly popular, and all my relatives were buying it. And my cousin and I were like, wow, we need to turn this into a regular business. And we didn't want to be one of those businesses where we're just selling to individuals, buying a t-shirt here, a coffee mug. No, we wanted to target bigger things. And so growth has been extremely slow, but we are now at the point where we're really starting to come into our own. We are coming to the point where we are getting small businesses. We even had a Geico claims office of about 80 employees, had like a summer outing this last summer, and they used us, and we created, they had like team events against each other, and then free gifts that they just handed out. And we've also had other businesses that have used us for Christmas parties, giveaways with the logo, and team blah blah blah. And so we're starting to really gather some momentum here. And so I tell people, you need to do the business in your home country. Figure something out that you can do online that you can take here and do remotely. More and more companies are now doing remote work. Now the trick is to find a company that will let you work during normal hours, right? Because a lot of people will come over here and they work these graveyard hours, and it takes a lot out of you. There are all kinds of different things depending on your skill set. Can you design websites? If you can do IT type work, there's all kinds of things you can do. At this point, I've also created my own website, and I do consultations, affiliate marketing, where if they click on this and sign up for this hotel or whatever, I get a little kickback at no extra cost to the consumer. But the website is now starting to generate income, my business with my cousin, and YouTube is, of course, making money as well. YouTube is not something that I want to do forever. It's always been kind of a thing that I started. I wanted to see if I could become successful at it and become somewhat popular, and I think I've kind of achieved that. I would like to at least, I really would love to get to the goal of 100,000 to get that YouTube plaque. And they give you a plaque, an award, once you hit 100,000 subscribers. Will I get to that number before I leave vlogging? I don't know. We will see what happens. I don't have an exact time frame, but I can tell you that YouTube there's an end in sight. It is not something I want to continue doing. I do miss a little privacy. Very thankful for YouTube for a lot of things. One, most of my good friends I've met, they were viewers. We met up, we had things in common, and maybe my girl, Maya, got along really well with their girl, and we just kind of had like a couples chemistry, right? I got along with him, and his girlfriend got along with mine, and and have created some great friendships along the way, and all thanks to YouTube. Again, the money has been pretty consistent over the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, probably closer to about a year and a half, 2 years. But again, I don't trust it completely. Therefore, I always have ways to make extra money. I keep going back to this throughout my videos, but have a backup. And then even when you have a backup, have another backup. I mean, you just cannot, especially being overseas, you don't have any support system to fall back on to. You don't have your coworker and your neighbors and your family, and you don't have programs in place with your city or your government that you can, like unemployment. There is not any of that here. You're kind of on your own. You might have created some good friendships and maybe they'll keep you afloat a month or two, but really you're kind of on your own, and you need to have multiple ways to make money. So that is where I am currently. The website is generating income through various different things. Business with my cousin is the main source, and then YouTube for extra spending money. Sometimes it can be high where that would support me, but then there's months that it goes way down where I don't get a lot of views, and it is just spending money. So that is why I say it's not really a reliable source of income. So if you're planning on vlogging is not the same as it used to be. When I started, there wasn't a ton of vloggers out there. There was just a handful, and now everybody has a YouTube channel. Everyone. And everybody I come on run across, sometimes they'll say, "Hey, I got a channel. Do you collaborate and do a video together?" And most of the time, I just don't do that anymore. Anyway, that is where we're at. In the last part of the video series, I'm going to talk about what I have planned for the future, and because right now I'm 51, and I really have to go to about retirement age of about 62 with Social Security. So anyway, thank you guys for watching.